How this happened, but this guy here found, he's a YouTuber I follow, Nick Jones, and he found Nurse Julie. And Nurse Julie's been very helpful for me to realize that death is sacred and we shouldn't be just euthanizing people in Canada. We euthanize way more people than they're overdosing.
I'm sitting on my couch last night. It's like 9 p.m. at night. I turned this video on. I don't even know how I got to this video. It just popped up. Actually, honestly,
I don't even know how I got to this Nurse Julie. It just popped up to. First, it was very uncomfortable. But the more I watched, the more I was convinced what Canada is doing with its euthanization, which is suicide murder program, is horrific.
it popped up a couple months ago, and I was like, I ain't really trying to watch that. And then suddenly God was like, hey, you need to watch that. And so I was watching it last night, and I'm like, I have to share this on the channel because what the heck? Like, what the heck? Yeah, y'all are in for a story. Let me just say something. This is a hospice nurse. What's her name? So I want to make sure.
Julie. Her name's Julie, and I've seen this one before, but I'm going to go with you, Nick.
I give her proper credit for this video. Hospice nurse Julie. Here's what's so interesting about this video. She witnessed a literal miracle. She witnessed a literal miracle, but I think the most interesting part is that she didn't believe in miracles. She's not somebody who is claiming to be a believer. She's not somebody who claimed to, believe in the supernatural. This is a nurse, a very, logical, science-driven thinking, person.
Compassionate.
And she's been a hospice nurse for, years. I don't know exactly how long, but she has a lot of experience with death. So hospice is like that final stage of care. So if a hospice nurse is coming to your house,
there's no reason to euthanize people in Canada, suicide, murder them out when we have hospice. Oh, and as for suffering, they're well maintained with painkillers. So for someone to come on my channel and make me feel so bad that I literally had to take magic mushrooms to kill the depression that it caused, because I qualified for it. I don't want to murder suicide. Now, I'm not a coward, so if I really want to kill myself, I would jump out of my window. Not involve other people like a fucking coward.
Then it's like there's not much time left. Like somebody's about to pass away, and she's been around death countless times, probably on a daily basis, right? This is the first time where she has witnessed something supernatural, and she said that it literally changed her. And I want to show you this video, and there's a massive twist that really caught my attention, and that's a lot of the reason why I wanted to show y'all this video is because of the twist that happens towards the middle/end of this video. Let me play this video. I'm gonna link her channel down below just to give her proper credit if any of y'all want to check it out. All right, y'all, let's go. Oh, the audio is not the best, so I'm just letting y'all know up front, but just listen to the story. I promise it's going to be worth it, all right? Let's go.
So this is a story that changed me, and I think I witnessed a miracle. I am a medical professional, and I do believe in science and facts and certainty, but this one story did have me questioning everything and made me believe in miracles and possibly supernatural things. I don't know what
Excuse me, I'm smoking a joint and drinking coffee at the same time. It got stuck. I'm sorry.
think of it. So here is the miracle part of the story. I was doing a late admission years ago on hospice where I entered into the home. The patient was arriving from the hospital. It was late. To be very honest, I was a little annoyed, not at the patient obviously, but just at work that I had to work late. And, I was hoping this would not take very long until I saw the patient, and I saw that she was young and she was actively dying, which means dying within a few hours to a few days. And to me, the way she looked, I thought that night. So I thought she had a few hours left. So of course, I'm doing everything I can for this patient and then her family, which were her children. Her children were in their mid-20s, and I could tell that they had no idea what was happening because they were asking me questions like, when is my mom going to wake up? When can we get her physical therapy? How are we going to feed her? Things like they weren't understanding that she was going to die and she was going to die soon. So how did I know that she was going to die and going to die soon? She was had changes in skin color. So she looked cyanotic, which basically means blue. Her lips were blue, her skin coloring was blue, which is not a bad thing. That's a normal thing at the end of life. But what was bad about it is that obviously her family didn't know what was going on. She had changes in breathing. So changes in breathing is like one of the last things I see when someone's about to die. She had terminal secretions, which is that death rattle I always talk about. So gurgling with every breath. She was fully unconscious. To me, she looked so close to death that I kind of wanted to just stay at the house because I thought she was going to die any minute.
She wasn't suffering, Dee. You don't have to promote, murder-suicide in Canada, government murder-suicide, Dee.
So once I got her settled and...
Listen to what she just said. The patient looked so close to death that she was just trying to stay at the house because she felt like it was about to be over any minute. Has all the signs that she's about to pass. Don't listen. All the signs that she's about to pass away. Don't gloss over that. Let me rewind it a little bit. Don't gloss over the details, all right?
I kind of wanted to just stay at the house because I thought she was going to die any minute. So once I got her settled and she never looked like she was uncomfortable. She always looked very peaceful. But once I got her settled at home, I took the kids aside and started explaining to them what was really happening, letting them know that their mom was very close to end of life, probably going to die that night. Here's why I think that, explaining everything that I just explained to you about her coloring, her changes in breathing, how she sounded, what she looked like, and asked them if there was anyone else they needed to call or to have come over to help support them. So of course they took the information so graciously, and they were calling family to get people over there. And I sort of just hung out, kind of waiting for her to die, thinking she was going to be dying definitely that night, probably before I left. And after about an hour or so, she was still alive, and I knew I had to be getting home. So I just told the children to, be with her, be with the family. She looks really comfortable. I explained everything, when to call us once she died, and that we would come back out and help them with the death certificate and all the different mortuary things. So they thanked me, and I left. And of course, I went home thinking about the family and thinking about her, and just, I just felt for them. It was very sudden. They were not really prepared, and I was just hoping that she would have a peaceful death. So in the morning, I woke up and I looked at my phone to see who went to go do the death visit, because usually the family will call, the nurse will go out and do what we call a death visit. And I didn't see the email. So I thought, oh, well, that's strange. I guess either they forgot to do the email or I don't know what happened. So I called the office and asked them, who went out to go see so-and-so? They likely died last night. And they were like, oh, we didn't get any death calls. So I thought, oh, that's weird. So I thought maybe the kids didn't call, or I literally never for 1 millisecond thought she didn't die. Like the way she looked, and I've been a nurse for many years by this point, the way she looked, I'd never seen someone come back from that. There was no way you could come back from that and be awake and alert and oriented, because your brain was not oxygenating. You can't live with that. So anyway, I called the family to ask what happened and see how they were doing, and just see how the night went. And the son answered and was really happy and was like, oh, hey, yeah, the night went great. Mom woke up this morning. She said she was hungry. She's in the kitchen eating pancakes. And my jaw dropped. I didn't want to act completely surprised, just because I don't know. I'm just trying to be there for the family, right? So I'm thinking, what the hell? This can't be real. And I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, yeah, mom's awake, said she was hungry. She's in the kitchen eating pancakes. And I hear them laughing in the kitchen. So I was just like, great. I'm going to come over and see you guys. Because I was thinking, in my head, I'm thinking, I can't believe this. And sure enough, I go over there and this woman is awake, alert, looking very much alive, and eating and drinking and walking around. And to me, that is truly a miracle. There is no medical way this woman could be looking how she looked last night and awake, and not only awake, but walking, talking, alert and oriented, and eating. And that woman...
She essentially said there's no medical way that woman should have been alive at that point in time. After the state that she was in the previous night, to be awake, eating pancakes, laughing, eating pancakes, there's no natural way that should have happened. There's no natural way keep listening.
Ended up living 3 more months very well. So walking, talking, eating, not having pain. She did eventually die on hospice from her disease. But to me, there still stands a miracle, because there's no way someone can be so close to death and then to come back from that and still be alert and oriented and able to move and talk and walk and eat. That's my miracle story. I feel like I witnessed a miracle. If you made it this far in the video, there is a twist. But before I tell you what that twist is, I want to know what you think it is. So you tell me in the comments what you think. Okay,
hold on. She's about to get into the twist. The twist is a large reason why I wanted to show this video. But before we get into the twist, you know what my mind was thinking last night when I was watching this? I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. Instantly, my mind, and I'm not proud of this, my mind went to discredit the miracle that took place. Because I don't know if you caught it, but she said that, you know, after that happened, the woman went on to live for 3 more months. And then eventually she passed away on hospice, right? But it was for 3 more months. In my just fleshly, just pea brain, I'm thinking like, man, 3 months? I'm expecting like a big like miracle, like, oh, she went on and lived for years after that. But
3 months
it's just
is quite
3
a bit.
months.
3 months is quite a bit. So, you know, Canada stuck her slaughter program. The only person she would make happy is that ruler from Germany a long time ago.